This is my Widebody E46, and although I absolutely love this car, there is one thing that has always annoyed me. It's pretty obvious that I have heavily modified this car, from the Widebody kit to stripping out the entire interior and replacing it with these VXR bucket seats. But something I've not really done is modify the way this car drives. Yes, the bucket seats do add to the driving element, and yes, it does have coilovers, but the one thing that's really annoyed me ever since I've owned this car is this gear stick. When driving, this car does have a normal throw, which is fairly long, and I would like to shorten that, but when it's in gear, it has a lot of movement. It wiggles around too much, and one thing that really annoys me is when I'm in fifth, if I stay in fifth for quite a while, just cruising on the dual carriageway or motorway, when I come out like that, it doesn't want to go into third, it just stays across at fifth. So I go into third and it's just a battle to get it in place, and it goes into fifth, and it really annoys me. That's where today's video sponsor, Widebody, has come in clutch. They have sent us out this short shifter kit for the E46 that should solve all of our problems. Although Widebody has sponsored this video, it is not a paid promotion, so I can tell you everything I need to tell you about this kit truthfully without me being biased. So if it's naff, I'll tell you it's naff, but I'm hoping this is better than stock. With that being said, I do want to mention this is very well packaged, and this does feel very nice, good quality, has a good bit of weight to it, so it should hopefully make a bit of a difference. I have never changed a gear selector, gear stick, whatever, short shifter like this, especially not on this car, so we're going to figure this one out together. I roughly know, I think, what I've got to do, but we'll see, and we'll figure this one out with you guys. To get access to the bottom of the gear stick, I first had to remove the trim surrounding it. That's simply held in with a couple of clips that's really easy to just pull out along with the gear knob. Then I had to undo 2 Phillips head screws holding in the next piece of trim.
Got what you wanted. Money fade fast.
After that, I can simply pull out the trim and unplug the 2 electrical connectors.
Worth it. Paid your fees, flew overseas.
Then there's some foam to remove, which was in really good condition, making me wonder if anyone had actually taken this apart before, until I noticed, free money. That's right, we all love some free money. A quick hoover up to get rid of crumbs and dirt that has been there for God knows how long. Then I can remove this rubber weather seal that keeps the car weather tight. It was on there pretty good, and after some tugging I decided to get a little bit of lube to ease the rubber off the shaft. Oh, that made it so much easier. So this is not a one-man job. Dean has just arrived because he's going to have to help me bolt it in from the top as I'm underneath the car. We've now got the full gear selector stripped from the inside, so I'm going to have to go underneath and figure out where it attaches to and try and undo that. So let's jack this car up. So this is not going to be the most dignified thing because I don't have much room. Oh, I can see the light. I can see the light. Give us a wave, Dean. So, yeah, I mean, the exhaust is right in the way. Oh, this is not the most dignified thing. Right, we've got the exhaust, we've got the gearbox just here. So just behind the gearbox, we've got the gearbox mount. There's a gap up here. You can see the light and you can see Dean. So I've got a little circlip just above the drive shaft, not drive shaft, prop shaft that I need to do. And trying to get around this heat shield is going to be a pain. You see the light coming through there? I've got a clip to do on the back of the gear selector there, so I'm going to try and do that now. Oh yeah. Oh, there it is, Dean. Shove it over into first. Oh, actually, shove it in reverse. All the way left and then up. There, that's the ticket. Right, I'm peeking you guys through the exhaust if I can. There's a clip here that I need to undo, and it is just a push clip. I can't really show you much more detail than that. There, oh, there you go. So I need to push these 2 tabs off, and that should come off, and then Dean should be able to pull the gear selector out from there. So we'll give that a go. I'm not going to be able to catch this on camera though. As you can see here, I tried to get it on camera, but unfortunately I couldn't see anything with the camera in my way. So, managed to get that little clip off, and now there's a little washer on there that Dean's going to try and get some long nose pliers on. To be fair, Dean, if we push that pin out, would that not come out anyway? That?
Yeah. Just don't know if that pin will go out.
Here, Dean is trying to use a thick screwdriver along with the gear stick to lever the gear selector rod free.
It's out.
Wonderful.
Oh, yep, it's out.
Then come the task of pulling out the stock gear stick. Trust me when I say this thing was in there good. Dean tried to look on YouTube to see how other people had removed this, but I had other plans and grabbed my hammer. Using the backside of the hammer to pull up on the gear stick, it popped right out.
Okay.
That's one way to do it.
That works.
Who needs YouTube?
Yeah.
Me. Subscribe. I need YouTube. Dino's got the kit there, so Dean, just want to show quickly this base plate. It comes with this base plate which has got a ball joint in there, and then the shaft goes in, so whack that in the shaft and we'll show how that builds up. So the shaft goes in there. We've then got a black spacer that keeps that on with this little twisty bit, and that is just like the standard gear selector but a lot shorter, hence it is a short shifter. So we need to connect that through where we just pop the other one out, and then this clamps it on from the bottom. So now our goal is that black piece for the base plate, this needs to go obviously underneath the car there, and then it clamps on. But we've got this stock gearbox bracket. Now at this point I thought I was just needing to put the bottom piece of the kit under the car and bolt it onto the top. Little did I know I had to remove this entire bracket. As you can see from underneath the car, the bracket runs from where the gear stick sits all the way down to the gearbox and is held in with a retaining pin that you can just about see at the end. Turns out that you need to take that little bar out that holds the stock gear shifter in, so I'm going to try and show you now how we're trying to do that. There's a little pin just there, if it zooms in, there's a little pin just there which I've managed to get a screwdriver on and pull it out, this little pin, and then that holds in this rod just behind here, which is that gear selector. So I need to try and pull that pin out, but I've just got no leverage down here. Well, that was an experience. So this piece, I'm not sure if you saw from the top, the standard gear selector is in this circular piece here, and this is held on through a little clip onto the gearbox side, and that is held into a bushing the rear side. So that was a pain in the ass to get without dropping the gearbox, without dropping the exhaust, and without dropping the prop shaft. It is possible because this proves it. We've still got everything intact. So now that's out, I need to get underneath, put this plate on so Dean can secure it from the top and I'll secure it from the bottom, and basically this whole new hub replaces this, and that's what lifts it up and makes it a bit more short. Dean has just set this up. Basically, like I said earlier, this is the hub that's going to go on the base of the car. The standard position, this black piece goes underneath and basically clamps on to the skin of the chassis. So we've got the standard shifter here compared to the new shifter, and you can see from where the ball joint attaches, it's going to be much shorter. And it's basically just a carbon copy of the standard shifter, but a shorter version and much more, well, I suppose newer and better designed. Technology has come a long way in 23 years. We're going to shove this through, connect the rod with the clip that I undid at the bottom of the car now. Dean is going to be my assistant at the top and hold the bolts in here, and I'm going to put the nuts on from the bottom and clamp this on. So
they're nylocks as well, so
yeah, let's get to that.
don't need any Loctite.
Finally, we can clamp the new gear shift assembly in place with me underneath the car and Dean inside the car. Together we can tighten up the 4 bolts used for the clamping mechanism, but when attempting to put the gear selector rod in place, we ran into an issue. So this piece that connects onto the gear linkage actually isn't the right size. It's basically the same size as the gear linkage connector, so I'm going to have to drill a section of that out. I've done a little bit. I'm going to have to go a bit more and go all the way through with a 10mm, and then that will slot straight on, and then we'll be there. Shouldn't be an issue. So I'm going to do that now and catch you guys when we're installing the rest of the shifter. Is it going into gear? That's short.
That is short.
That's so short.
Oh yeah, we go.
That's crazy short. Ordinarily, I would replace this when doing a short shifter, but I don't need to do that because the way this is clamped on, this is irrelevant. So normally, I'd whack that back on to keep it weather tight, but I don't think we're gonna have an issue because of how tight this is anyway. In the same way I took the interior trims apart, I refit them around the new gear shifter as if it was meant to be there from factory.
Cool.
It's so clunky though, which is cool. That's like a lot better than what it was stock. But even in gear, you still got that wobble.
Jesus, yeah.
So that's bushings down that end, probably not this end. But that's insane. And the feel is just so clunky. I need to take this out for a drive. But at least we've got gears. Try not to get the wide arches on Dean's van. Cheeky van. It's like no movement. I'm gonna have to get used to downshifting like that. There's nothing. That's cool, I like that. I love this car. I don't want to sell this car. I absolutely love this car. This might have to be the one that stays.
Sounds good.
It sounds quality. I'm well happy with this. I must say that it feels nice in your hand. That's nice to hold. It shifts lovely. It's so much more clunky than what it was stock. A little bit asthma. Shh. Nobody has to know. It's not on YouTube. It's so much better than stock. It's so much better. Obviously, it's a mile shorter than what it was stock, but it just feels more clunky, more direct. It's so good. Thanks, Bavinci. It is an absolute touch of a modification for this car. Dean's just having his lunch. Right, this shifter is so much better. It's so much more direct. Unfortunately, and this isn't a Bavinci fault or the shifter's fault, unfortunately it does still sit over to the right if you leave it in fifth gear a little bit too long, but that's just, I think that's bushings. It's an old car, so that might be gear linkage side, not shifter side. So that isn't fixed, but everything else is fixed. The throw is so much shorter. It is so much more direct. I mean, listen, it is clunky, and that's exactly what you want from a fast road car. Although it's not that fast, for its day it was a fast road car, and it just adds to the drivability feel of this car being phenomenal. So well happy with that. Thanks again, Bavinci. You've been a star with sending that out. If you guys want anything from Bavinci's website, use the code TD11. That's my code. That will get you 11% off their entire range. So thanks again, Bavinci, for sending out the short shifter and previously sending out those drop links. After living with a short shifter for a few days now, it is definitely night and day difference from what it was as a stock shifter, and I'm really enjoying the changes it has made to this car. It makes the gear changes a lot more clunky. Obviously there's a shorter throw, which is what I was after anyway, and it just makes it feel all round a bit more sporty, like a fast road / track car, and it is so much fun to drive. I definitely recommend anybody doing this to their E46. And if you want the exact kit that I've used, go check out the link below, check out Bavinci, use the code TD11 and you can get 11% off not just this short shifter, but the entire range on Bavinci's website. Leading me on nicely to a big thank you once again to Bavinci for sending me out the short shifter and also sending me out the drop links I installed in a previous video. Slowly we are getting this car to a great driving point as well as looking like my complete dream car. To that end, if you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
You got me so bad, you make it all slow down.